You are on a dirt road in the Appalachians at dusk when one of the black cats they swear do not exist crosses in front of you, long, low, and black, with a tail that swings behind it like a rope. You hit the brakes. It is already gone into the tree line. But you saw it, the size of it, the color of it, that tail. One of the cats that officially are not out here at all. And you know, sitting there with your heart going, that if you tell anyone official what you just watched cross this road, they will look at you with a patient, tired face and explain that those cats are not here, that they have never been here, that you did not see what you just saw. You are not the first. You will not be the last. In these mountains, thousands of people have watched the same black shape slip across the same kind of road, and every one of them has been told the same thing. So let us take that seriously, not the mockery and not the fairy tale. The actual question underneath it: how is it that so many careful, sober people in county after county keep seeing the exact same animal that every wildlife agency in the country insists is not real? Let us start with the word itself. In Appalachia, the old people did not say cougar or mountain lion. They said panther. It is a word worn smooth by generations, passed from grandparent to grandchild, along with the warning that came with it. Watch the ridgeline at dusk. The painter is out. That word did not come from nowhere. The eastern cougar was real. It walked every one of these ridges for thousands of years, and the people who settled here lived alongside it, feared it, and named it in their own mouths. This is not a young legend. It is older than the states that now deny it. The trouble is the color, because the animal in the old stories, the painter, was tawny brown, the color of a deer in fall. The animal people report now is black, and here is where it gets complicated, because on the black part, the science is not being cruel, it is being honest. There has never been a single confirmed black cougar, not one. Not in Appalachia, not in the whole of North or South America, not in over a century of hunting, science, and zoos, with tens of thousands of the animals killed and studied. A true black big cat, a real black panther, is a leopard or a jaguar born with too much dark pigment. That trait is well documented in those two species. In the cougar, it has never once been confirmed. No photo that holds up, no body, no hide, no captive kitten, nothing. So when a biologist hears Black Panther and shakes his head, he is not calling you a liar. He is telling you that the specific animal you described has never been proven to exist anywhere ever. That part is real, and pretending otherwise would insult you. But that is only half the collision, because the sightings do not stop. They come out of Cherokee County in North Carolina, out of Sevier County in Tennessee, out of Pike County in Kentucky, out of Wise County in Virginia, out of Nicholas County in West Virginia, out of Fannin County up in the North Georgia mountains. Same description over and over. Long tail, low body, black coat, a farmer at first light, a driver on a mountain two-lane, a hunter finding a deer dragged up and covered the way only a big cat covers a kill. These are not people who cannot tell a house cat from a threat. Most of them have lived in these woods their whole lives. They know what a bear looks like from behind. They know a coyote's gait. They are describing something else, and they are describing it the same way, and they are not going to be talked out of it. Listen to how they actually put it. One person from East Tennessee wrote that people out there spot panthers, and even the odd cat that has no business being there, more often than the Department of Wildlife will ever admit. Another said his family had seen black panthers on their farm for as long as anyone could remember, that he had watched one himself 30 years back, and then added the line that says everything. They say they don't exist. This thing had a tail. That last detail is the whole thing. That is how, in these mountains, you tell the animal apart from every explanation offered to you, not the color, which the light can fake. The tail, the long, heavy, swinging tail that a bobcat does not have and a dog does not carry and a bear cannot fake. So if a black cougar has never been documented, and these witnesses are not fools, then something real is being seen. The only honest job left is to figure out what. But here's where it gets complicated in the other direction. Because the first piece of the answer is one the agencies themselves have finally started to admit, out loud, with their own numbers. The cougar is coming back east. For decades, the official line was simple. The eastern cougar was gone. The United States Fish and Wildlife Service made it final in 2011, formally declaring the eastern cougar extinct, and a few years later struck it from the endangered species list altogether, erased. On paper, there is no mountain lion east of the plains. And then, the paper started to be wrong. In 2025, the Michigan Department of Natural Resources confirmed 31 separate cougar sightings in a single year. That was the most in the modern record, up sharply from the year before. Since 2008, that same agency has confirmed on the order of 160 of them. And in that same year, 2025, the Michigan DNR verified something that had not happened in living memory. Cougar kittens, photographed in early March in the Upper Peninsula in Ontonagon County, and confirmed again later that year, a mother followed by 2 young. The agency's own large carnivore specialist called it what it was. The first verified cougar reproduction east of the Mississippi River in more than 100 years. Not a sighting, breeding, a family. Now hold that next to the map. A young male cougar does not sit still. When one is pushed out of its home range out west, it walks, and it walks a long way, looking for territory it may never find. We know exactly how far, because one of them was caught doing it. In 2011, a car killed a wild cougar in Milford, Connecticut, and its DNA traced it back to the Black Hills of South Dakota. That single cat had walked well over 1,000 miles across the whole middle of the country to die at the doorstep of New York City. So the animal that officials swore was gone can cross half a continent and turn up exactly where nobody expects it. When a farmer in eastern Kentucky sees a long-tailed cat cross a field, he may be completely, literally right, not a legend, a wanderer. The state that says there is no population is telling the truth. There is no breeding population in Appalachia that anyone has proven. And the witness who says he saw one is also telling the truth. Both things at once. If you are still here, you are the kind of person who wants the actual answer, not the comfortable one. So let us keep going, because we still have not explained the color, and we still have not explained the silence. Take the color first, gently, because human eyes fail all of us the same way, at the exact hours these cats are seen. At dawn, at dusk, in the deep shade of a hollow, color drains out of the world. A tawny cougar standing in low, raking light can read as solid black to the eye, and the mind, handed a fast and frightening glimpse, fills in the boldest version it can. And there are the ordinary animals that borrow the shape. A big black farm dog loping through brush. A coyote soaked dark by rain, its outline changed. An otter humping along a creek bank, longer and lower than it has any right to be. Even a jaguarundi, a small, dark, long-tailed cat that turns up in stray reports, wearing almost exactly the silhouette people describe. None of that is an insult. Perception fools everyone. It fools the game warden and the biologist the same as the man on the porch. The point is not that country people are careless. The point is that a real dark shape in bad light is a genuinely hard thing for any human eye to name. But that still leaves the strangest part, and it is not about the cats at all. It is about why, after all these years and all these sightings, no one with authority has ever really gone looking. The agencies are consistent, at least. Ask North Carolina's Wildlife Commission, and the answer is flat. There is no scientific evidence of naturally occurring mountain lions in the state in over 100 years. No bones, no tissue, no clear photograph, no droppings, nothing they will accept. The eastern cougar, they will remind you, has been considered gone since the 1800s. And they have a fair point that cuts against the legend, too. These mountains are now covered in trail cameras. Every hunter has a few strapped to trees running day and night, and between them, they take millions of pictures of everything that moves out here. A single wandering cougar can slip past all of that and leave almost nothing. But a breeding population cannot. It would leave kittens, tracks in snow, road-killed bodies, hair on fences, and eventually a clean, undeniable photograph on one of those cameras. For a black cat supposedly living and breeding across the whole range, that photograph has never come. That silence works both ways. It is exactly why the biologists will not budge. And it is exactly why the mystery survives, because absence of proof is not the same as proof of absence, and everyone in these hills knows the difference in their bones. And here the people in these mountains have handed us the answer themselves, and it is not a conspiracy theory. It is money. Follow the logic the way the residents do. The moment a state wildlife agency officially admits there is a breeding population of a large predator in its mountains, it takes on a legal duty. It has to manage that animal. It has to study it, protect it, answer for it, budget for it. An animal that officially does not exist costs nothing. An animal that officially does exist costs a great deal. So the incentive all the way down is to keep saying not here, not proven, must have been a dog, right up until the evidence is so overwhelming there is no other choice. That is not the residents being paranoid. That is them reading the budget correctly. And there is a human cost to that silence. And it is the quiet tragedy under this whole thing. When you tell people for long enough that what they saw was nothing, they stop telling you. The farmer stops calling it in. The hunter keeps the photo on his own phone and shows it only to family. People out here have learned that reporting a black cat gets them a shrug at best and a laugh at worst. So a whole layer of what these mountains actually hold never makes it into any record at all. It is the same reason people stopped saying out loud that they had seen other things they could not explain, not because it stopped happening, because they got tired of being made to feel foolish for their own eyes. The silence is not proof of absence, it is proof of ridicule. So step back and look at the whole shape of it. The black cat of Appalachia is not one lie, and it is not one animal. It is a real returning cougar that the paperwork said was gone. It is a trick of dusk light on a brown coat. It is a dog, a coyote, an otter, a stray jaguarundi, blown up by fear and by an old word waiting in the memory. And it is a silence that has a price tag on it, keeping all of it out of the official record. Every agency can say correctly that the black panther does not exist as a proven native species. And every person in these hills can say correctly that they saw something real cross the road. The creature that is not on record is built entirely out of things that are. That is why it will never die. You cannot disprove it, because at the center of it there is always something genuinely there. So come back to that dirt road, and to you. The light is almost gone. The shape is already in the trees, and every official file in the country will tell you that you saw nothing at all. But you know what you saw. It was low, and it was long, and it had a tail. And the honest truth, the one nobody in an office wants to sign their name to, is not that these people are seeing nothing. They're not seeing nothing. They're seeing something we haven't named yet. So tell me, before you go, which county are you watching from?